This video is going to be brought to you by G Fuel. To say that G Fuel is a cheat code for me as a creator is an understatement. Between uploading daily on this channel and consistently uploading on 3 of my other channels and still finding time to hit the gym, I need all the energy I can get, which is why I turn to G Fuel energy tubs such as the Ice Spice Orange because of the amazing flavors and having just enough caffeine to get me going for the day, with 140 milligrams, which lets me drink a couple of servings once when I first start working and second in the afternoon when I'm wrapping up working for the day and need that last push of energy. And best of all, G Fuel is a sugar-free performance energy drink that is huge for me personally. Between that and the 50 different flavors, I'm absolutely in love right now. On top of that, there are 19 different all-natural flavor extracts for unparalleled cell protection, and it contains vitamin C, D, and E. Right now, G Fuel has a new white elephant flavor, which just on the flavor itself is hard to pin down exactly what it is because it's blended so well together. I taste a little bit of orange and some citrus and even some grapefruit, but one thing is certain is that it's tasty. Right now, G Fuel is doing a $10,000 giveaway that you can participate in by heading over to gfuel.com. In order to enter, I'll leave the links down in the comment section below, but act fast because the sweepstakes wraps up on December 31st, so enter it now. Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion. Today I want to talk to you guys about that major bombshell that we got at the end of the latest manga chapter, which is that we have to officially worry about Sasuke's daughter, Sarada, because she's being brought back into the story in a very heartbreaking fashion that is going to make us look back at the first in-depth look that we had at Sarada via 2015's Naruto Gaiden, the 7th Hokage, and the Scarlet Spring. And we're gonna have to shed tears at the cruelty of what's coming. Sarada is about to be hunted down by her own father, and the family tradition of Uchiha killing family members looks like it's going to continue with the shinjuu version of Sasuke now targeting Sarada. And even if this results in Sarada not being killed because duh, she needs to become the 9th Hokage, I think this is a very welcome addition to the story. And in today's video, I'm going to explain to you why, if you aren't already excited about this, then you most definitely should be excited. So in chapter 5 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, we learned that the shinju, who was created from consuming the chakra of Sasuke, who is now a Christmas tree, this shinju was named Hidari. Looks like he is poised to go after Sarada because the strong urges inside of him are telling him that on an instinctual level, he must target Sarada. And while it's easy to say that this is just a cheap way to make Sarada relevant to the story, I actually think what we're seeing here is not just good writing, but it's writing that has a few layers to it in the story that quite a few people aren't actually paying attention to. There's a clear payoff being set up here, and it's long-term storytelling, but like usual, due to this being a monthly manga that is ongoing, it's going to require patience on the part of a lot of fans in order to get to it, because this isn't something you can just binge and get straight to the answer. Reading ongoing series doesn't work that way. Rome was not built in a day. Kakashi did not learn that Obito was Toby in a day. It was a series of bricks being layered slowly, one on top of the other, and the same is true here. The first layer comes from the fact that in this chapter, Kishimoto did something to Eiichiro Oda from One Piece, the only mangaka that Kishimoto has ever considered to be both a close friend and a rival. Oda does this a lot with One Piece chapters, which is the ongoing events of the chapter. They serve as a funnel for the ending events of the chapter with small connective tissue that links several small stories being told all within the same chapter. And each of those small stories being told end up setting the threads for larger plot reveals years down the line. We open up this chapter with Boruto's flashback of how Sasuke got turned into a tree, and Sasuke telling Boruto there's something greater at work that can only be solved by Boruto and Sarada. Sasuke, after sacrificing himself to protect Boruto, tells Boruto that he is entrusting Sarada to him. This was both Sasuke doing this as a father to Sarada, but also because his instincts were telling him Boruto and Sarada, they were the key to whatever is going on in the Naruto world to stop whatever threat is approaching, or whatever threat might already be here. Boruto had already planned to protect Sarada when he vowed to become the shadow to her Hokage, serving the role that her father provides for his father. However, ever since we got told years ago that Kishimoto was taking back over the drafts of Boruto, you longtime viewers of the channel know that I've repeatedly said, hey, we need to look at both Asian religion and folklore and mythology, but we also need to take a closer look at Samurai 8, Kishimoto's passion project that he worked on the script for while he was finishing Naruto's manga, because I suspected that we would see elements of it in Boruto due to it being cancelled before the story of Samurai 8 itself could actually take off. Boruto and Sarada, in very subtle ways, have very loose similarities to Hachimaru and Anne, the two lead characters of Samurai 8. Hachimaru makes it a point to want to protect Anne, and she has moments where her feelings for Hachimaru lead to her assisting him wherever she can. Boruto makes it his goal to protect Sarada, and Sarada has moments where people like Mitsuki in chapter 69 question her feelings for Boruto as being tied in her motivation to support him, and her own actions in chapter 78 where she puts herself in harm's way once she learns that Kawaki is trying to kill Boruto. They aren't too dissimilar from Anne. They're not a one-for-one beat-for-beat retelling, but there is some overlap. Anne lost her older brother, a samurai, in a tragic way. Sarada just lost her father, Sasuke, who carries those samurai traits in a tragic way. Hachimaru viewed Anne as a princess he needed to protect, and she was his fated partner. Boruto, on top of wanting to protect Sarada already, has just been tasked with Sasuke with protecting Sarada. Anne was a princess of Akagi Castle, and Sarada is the heiress of the Uchiha clan, one of the 4 noble clans of Konoha, so basically Konoha royalty, and she is someone striving for an important leadership position, the Hokage title. So either swap either of those with Anne being a princess, and you have the loose similarities. However, it runs even deeper than just those loose Samurai 8 connections. You can throw all that in the trash if you want to. Who was the one who Hidari was fighting in the last chapter we got? He was fighting Boruto. Boruto appeared to be the most shook of Hidari out of all the shinjuu who he fought against because he looked like Sasuke, and Boruto knew what was happening to the people who got turned into a tree. Hidari is now turning his attention to Sarada, the daughter of the person whose chakra he's taken, and she just happens to be the very person that Boruto has to protect. Meaning there's a strong possibility that Boruto ends up assisting Sarada if she does get into a battle with Hidari, because it goes back to the promise that Sasuke made Boruto give him. Protect my daughter. I am entrusting my daughter to you. Taking it a step even further, the reason why this should start making those eyes of yours well up even further is because it also is a subtle continuation of the very lore that we were given in Naruto Gaiden, the 7th Hokage, and the Scarlet Spring. In that story, as Sarada was trying to determine the relationship between herself and Sasuke and Sakura, one of the things driven home over and over and over was the fact that the connection between family, in particular parents and children, is something that runs deeper than what can be actually put in words. With that also iconic panel drawn by Kishimoto where Sakura and Sasuke tell Sarada that they will always be connected no matter what. Hidari has Sasuke's chakra. He's gaining his instincts via consuming Sasuke, and he's being driven by an invisible force to target Sasuke's daughter. That daughter is Sarada, and it's not by mistake. Sasuke's last thoughts as he charged into battle were of his daughter and entrusting Boruto with her protection, which explains why Hidari was so driven to targeting Sarada and not Sakura. Sakura is Sasuke's wife. The love that a parent has for a child, it runs deep. Some would say it runs deeper than the love they have for their spouse. And there have been scientific studies that point in the direction of trying to explain the connection that parents have with their children as being due to the genetics linking them and creating a type of sixth sense that is particularly strong for parents, which is why we've had instances where a mother or a father, despite not being told what was occurring, knew that their child was in danger or dead or in pain because of that connection. Sarada being the beacon that draws Hidari is a great way to build on that line about connections in Naruto Gaiden. Sarada was the one who we saw a few chapters ago when it was stated that there might still be a way to save those who have been turned into a chakra tree. Those connected feelings which can be conveyed through chakra, as we saw when Naruto gave his chakra to Boruto, and Boruto saw all of Naruto's hardships in Boruto the movie during that Rasengan scene, and Naruto when he gave his chakra to the Shinobi Alliance, they all saw his memories and hardships throughout the years, because emotions and memories, they can be connected via chakra. What did Hagoromo tell us he gave people chakra for? In order to connect them. That was the whole purpose of ninjutsu, to connect people. The battle with Hidari versus Sarada has potential to be one that plays on the heartstrings in a way where even if the fight itself isn't super over the top with mountain busting jutsu, which we ain't getting none of that in Boruto, since Boruto fights focus on attack potency instead of destructive capability. Basically the opposite of Naruto fights. Longtime viewers have heard me say that repeatedly. The emotions layered into this and all the long-term storytelling is setting the stage for a big payoff that should make us all cry tears at the cruelty that Sarada is about to face, because it's cruelty that she needs, because number one, the road to Hokage isn't supposed to be easy, and number two, Momoshiki told us those who are immune to the Shinjutsu omnipotence are supposed to suffer the most, and what better way to have Sarada suffer than make her fight her own father, the person who was there when she awakened her Mangekyo Sharingan. I'm curious to know you guys' thoughts on this. In the meantime, click here to check out the Boruto chapter review if you haven't already.